Okay, guys, so tonight is a special Zoom, and I'm really excited about it. For most of you guys on my team, you know that I've been reaching out to a lot of top leaders, which is totally out of my comfort zone, but I want to be able to do this for you because this is what you need to hear. Sometimes what happens with teams is we get sick of hearing what our leaders are saying. Unfortunately, it's just the way it goes. It's kind of like you need to hear from someone else sometimes. So I've been reaching out to a lot of people, and this is girl I'm really excited about, Nicole. She's a presidential diamond, and if you guys haven't listened to her talk, she's super bubbly. I love the way she, just the vibe she gives off. And I put something out there, and she offered to do this Zoom, so I'm really excited. I'm thrilled to hear from her. She's got a great story to share, and I'm gonna let her just kind of take it away. There we go.
Hey guys, I hope I was muted before this. I was like, I just looked, I looked at Rachel, I go, I don't know how long I've been unmuted, so hopefully it was muted. Okay, guys, hi, I'm Nicole. I'm a presidential diamond. I've been with It Works for 3.5 or however many months. It will be 4 years in October. So I got started because a girl that I went to high school with, honestly, you know what, hold on, I gotta close my text or I'm gonna get really overwhelmed. Okay, she was doing this business and she was an Emerald, and I would always see her posting about going on vacation, and I was like, all right, this girl's a year younger than me. She lives at school and I live at home, and she's going on all these vacations, and I don't pay rent and I don't do this and I can't do that. So what the heck am I doing wrong? So I reached out to her, I asked her a bunch of questions, and then I waited and I waited, probably like most of you guys, and I watched and I waited and I waited. And then finally, after that initial contact, I probably waited about 7 months until I finally took the leap and I joined. I was at the end of my dental hygiene schooling, and I was working at a bank. So they told us in hygiene school that you should not have a job. They were like, you're not going to be able to manage clinicals, manage the homework, manage everything in a job. You just won't be able to do it. So naturally, I don't listen to anyone, and I had a job. And then I started this. So I was like totally busy. And I know if you're on this and you're a student, or if you're just working full time and you're like, I'm so busy, I don't know how to manage this. I promise you, you can. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's just managing your time and doing it when you can. So I joined, and then the girl that I enrolled with actually left the company a week or two after I joined. So that is a huge part of my story, because it doesn't matter who enrolled you. It really doesn't matter anything but you. So she left. I had no idea what I was doing. My conversations were literally awful. My posts were even worse. I had no idea, but I just never, in anything in life, never give up on myself. So guess what I did? I used YouTube. I used Product Coach. I used our website. I taught myself everything I needed to know. And I think that's what sets the good apart from the great in this business, because when you take the effort to figure something out on your own, that information is going to stick to you like glue. It's just like in school. Like if you cheated off your neighbor's test, and then the final exam came and you had to put up we're going back to elementary school. You had to put up your little folders. And you're like, shit, I don't know the answer to any of these. But if you studied, you would know the answer. So it's the same thing. You put the time into it to find these answers, and you're not going to forget them. Versus when you just text your upline a simple question that you can find the answer to, that's not going to really stick in your head as much as if you found it. So I taught myself everything. Guys, if you are not utilizing YouTube and Product Coach, you are giving yourself a disadvantage, because there is so much information on YouTube. All right, so I joined in October. I was working at a bank, and I took my dental hygiene, my board exams. And I don't know if any of you are hygienists on here, but it's the worst thing ever. It's a total of 3 exams. One of them is 8 hours long. It's 10 times the length of a nursing exam. So it was just awful. And I failed. So you have to take the exam, and then you have to wait a month to get your results. And if you failed, you have to wait 3 more months to retest and then wait another month to find out your results. So my bank job, which was supposed to be like a summer job until I got my board results and got my certification and everything, turned into a pretty long job because I couldn't leave. That's kind of when I was like, I need to pick up with It Works. I didn't know about charting. I didn't know about anything. All I know is someone above me reached out to me and was like, why do you have like 500 PBV? Who are you? Because my enroller had quit. So no one really knew. I was like down. And it was from that point on that I kind of just saw the vision and kind of realized what I had at my fingertips. So I went Ruby about, I don't know, I should really find out the exact months. Maybe 5 months into the business, I went Ruby. And then right after I went Ruby, if you guys know who Cassie Westland is, so Cassie, Nayara Ribeiro, Emily Worsing, Lindsay Burgundy, we all lived within like 30 minutes of each other in Connecticut, and like Cassie and Nay were friends, but none of us knew each other. And then I was just like, all right, I need to start hanging out with people that are going to inspire me. I started hanging out with them, and it was just like the sky is the limit from that point. I went Diamond about 2 months after that, and I sat at Diamond for a pretty long time. We bought our first house in Connecticut and got engaged the following month after buying our house. Again, I was a Diamond. So I was a Diamond. I was working as a full-time dental hygienist, and then naturally I was just the teacher's pet throughout college because that's just my personality. And they called me after I had finally passed my boards. They called me to come back and teach. So I was a full-time hygienist. I was teaching dental hygiene, and I was working this enough to be a Diamond. So it was busy. I was busy. Then I don't know. Then I went double Diamond. I was probably Diamond for about 9 months. Struggling Diamond in the middle there because I really didn't have many people working on my chart. That's another thing, you guys. You can make anything happen. I promise you. If you are determined and you are excited, like you could literally go Diamond by yourself. So I went Diamond. I had one person pretty much working under me, and that was Amber. I don't know if she's on here. Shout out to Amber. She is. Shout out to Amber. Amber was like my second distributor ever, one of my good friends. Okay, then I went double, and then I went triple 2 months after I went double. Now, I think what's like the coolest part of my story is I was in top 150 as a triple Diamond, still working dental hygiene and still teaching. So again, I just keep going back to, guys, I know you're busy, but you can do it. And I can personally say that because I did it. I'm not someone that was like a stay-at-home mom when I first started. And a lot of people say to me now, like a lot of team members are like, I can't enroll as much as you because I go to work and like you're home all day, so you get to do it all day. And I'm like, no, you don't get to say that. So you can really, really do anything. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's just, finding your drive, finding your goals and pushing for them. Fast forward, we sold our house in Connecticut because I was like, what are we doing living in rainy, cold, snowy Connecticut? Sorry for all my friends that I see their faces that are still in Connecticut. So we moved to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and we live right near the beach. And life is so good. I retired my husband, retired myself. So when I moved, that's when I stopped working hygiene. And we've been here about 1.5 years now. Right after we moved here, we found out my dad was really sick with stage 4 lung cancer. And I can honestly tell you guys, like, materialistic things are so cool. Like, we have a great house. I bought myself a convertible Mercedes, which is fun. Like, material things are cool. But I can honestly tell you guys that I think I spent more time with my dad living 12 hours away from him than I would have if I still lived in Connecticut and I was working my hygiene jobs. And that's so crazy because we've lived in this house 1 year and I don't know, like 2 months. And I've probably spent just as much time in this house than I did in Connecticut with my dad. So it was really, really crazy. And I want you guys to realize that the work you're putting in now is going to pay off. And unfortunately, we don't know what life is going to throw at us. And you would have never thought my dad was sick. Like, for those of you that were at Emily Worsing's house, like literally 1 year, like the 2 days after my dad passed away, a year prior to that, he was doing keg stands at a party at Emily Worsing's house. So like, you would have never known my dad was sick. So it really came as a shock. And it was just so crazy because I put in so much effort before that I got to spend so much time with him later on. So although you don't know what's going to happen in the future, working now, it's all going to pay off. And when that something does unfortunately happen, you're going to be like, wow, it was worth it putting in what I put in now. So now we live in Myrtle Beach. My dad, yes, passed away in May. And, you know, it's just crazy. I'm able to help my mom. Like, my dad was like, Mr. Fix-It. And my mom called me one day and was like, the garage doors won't work. They won't go up. Like, I can't park in the garage. I can't get my car out, like all this stuff. And I just was able to call someone from Myrtle Beach. I paid for it over the phone and they went and fixed it. And it's just so cool what you can do with your life, but also giving back to everyone else. So now we've only been in this house for a year and a couple of months, but we're selling this house. We actually just sold it and we are moving into our dream house, which is why we moved here. But a year and a half ago, we couldn't afford it. So crazy me is moving again. And that's about it. We got some friends that moved down to Myrtle Beach and living our best life.
That's amazing. Seriously, you have such a good story. And you're such a hard worker. Like, seriously, like, that takes your story. I love it because people will often give the excuse that they're too busy. And it's like, girl, you do not know busy, like, at all. And you are just such a hard worker and you obviously deserve everything that you have. So thank you for sharing your story. So I wanted to get, if anyone had questions that they would like to ask, please put them in the chat. I can read them off. But I know for myself that I was really curious as to how you, what kind of a color personality are you, first of all?
Well, I'm red. I'm pretty damn red. Honestly, I don't even know. What is blue? Like, a blue person's like life of the party and like fun?
Yeah, like likes to host parties and like, I don't know, kind of, I guess, very social too, I guess.
Yeah, that's me. I'm definitely red and blue.
I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I'm super red. Like, there's no way. I'm like tiniest bit of yellow because of this business, but more red than anything. So how do you find that you lead your team? Like, do you have any tips for the leaders that are on here that might be having a hard time with leading their team, or maybe they're having a hard time with getting their team motivated to work, or maybe they're having a hard time getting people in general, like attracting people to them?
So, I mean, my number one thing, karaoke and booze. Yes. My number one thing that I just want everyone to know in this business is you can't motivate people. You can only inspire them. And I am a firm believer of I always mess this up. Leader of the pack is the pace of the pack, something like that. They are watching you. If you're enrolling a lot, your team's going to enroll a lot. If you're not, your team's going to subliminally think that it's okay that they haven't gotten a customer in like a week because you haven't gotten a customer in a week. So I really, really, really can't stress that enough. Like, your team is watching you. And I get very close with my leaders. Like, they are literally my best friends, and I can't give you guys enough, like, I don't know where I'm going with this, like, importance to become friends with your leaders. Because let me just tell you, if I picked my bridal party like 6 months after I did, it would be a completely different group of people, because I've become so close to them. Like, this is always a hard thing, balancing business talk and personal talk. You want to be friends with them. You want to get on a personal level, but it's just finding that balance and being able to really be professional with it. So try to become friends with them. If you know someone's like, I don't know, like getting a surgery or their mom's doing something, like, ask about that. I promise you that friendship is going to create leaders that are never going to leave you, because it's like losing a friend. When it comes to leading, make sure you have a group chat with like your leaders, and again, stay close to them. But I love having a leadership group chat where we send our enrollments, because I think that's really, first of all, it keeps me in line, because I'm like, what I just said, right? The leader of the pack is the pace of the pack. I don't think that's the right words, but you guys get what I'm saying. They're watching my enrollments. And when I don't enroll a lot, I'm like, oh boy, like my leaders know. So it's a really good way to keep yourself motivated, but it's also a good way for everyone to stay motivated together. And then what did you say? Attracting people?
Yeah, like I know like, especially for myself, like how you were like, you can go diamond by yourself. I went diamond with 2 working people, and that was when we had the 24 boxes on the chart. So not even the 14 that we currently have. But I know that diamond, a lot of people get to diamond and then all of a sudden people stop working, and it's very normal. And you do have to have the, the balls to rebuild. And a lot of people get scared to do that. And I hear often that, how do I attract the right people? How do I attract distributors? Everyone I had doesn't work anymore. So what would you say to a distributor who said that to you?
Honestly, it's going to happen again. It's happened. It's going to happen again. 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 When you're ambassador, it's going to happen. When you're ambassador 2.0, it's going to happen. When you're black diamond, it's going to happen. It's just realizing that it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them, unless you're completely abandoning them. Then it has something to do with you. But if you feel like you're leading and you're staying in contact with them and you're really helping them and someone leaves, that's on them. They didn't have the vision. Like, I can't even tell you guys, if I open my app, how many distributors it says that I have under me and how many actually work. And that's okay. That's just like, I don't know. Some people, what's something I don't like? I don't like so many things and I can't think of anything. Some people don't like spicy food and some people do. Like, that's just the world. Some people want to be a doctor and go to be a doctor. Some people can't do that. Some people look at me as a hygienist and be like, how the heck can you clean nasty teeth all day? And I'm like, what do you mean? It's fun. It's cool. The dirtier the mouth is, the better. So you guys get what I'm saying? Like, that's what makes the world, right? We're all different in different ways. This business can be for anyone, but it's not for everyone. And that's okay. Not everyone has the full drive that you have. Not everyone catches the vision. Like, I literally can sit here and be like, I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to hit my $1 million mark like very soon. And some people just can never grasp the fact that they can even do that. That's okay. I always teach my team, mass enrolling distributors is the #1 way you're going to find success. So distracted. I need to flip my phone over. I'm constantly talking about being a distributor. It's all over my story all the time. It's my posts. I don't physically post on my Instagram about products. Like, my Instagram is all life posts, bright pictures, life posts. I'm constantly attracting distributors. My customers come from messaging post to post in my stories, but I talk so. Catherine, I just watched that. She just put her head back and banged her head on the wall. That was phenomenal. See, this is what I mean. I can't stay focused. Distributors, mass enrolling distributors. I want you guys to like tattoo this on your arm if needed. There's 52 cards in a deck and only 4 aces. That's just how it works. There's 52 cards in a deck and only 4 aces. If it takes you 54, I don't know, however many distributors in a deck to find your 4 aces, that's okay. That's the odds that you're working with here. So when it comes to even getting higher paychecks, but when people leave your team and you just feel defeated, you never know who is right around the corner. It takes one person to change your business. I have one person in my head that truly, for a little bit, she unfortunately left. See, this happens. She really just amped it up. The whole team was fired up when she was in there. She went diamond in like 3 months effortlessly without even really any of my help. It only takes one person, guys. So talk to more people. And something that really like blew my mind, Kelsey Thornton said this to me once. And when I heard her say this, it kind of changed my mindset. I'm like super shy. You wouldn't think it watching me right now because I'm obnoxious, but I'm super shy when it comes to talking to people in person. And I like, oh my gosh, I was in a restaurant and I like walked by and this girl was like, I'm so sick of waking up early and rushing to work and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, go Blitzer, go Blitzer. My body, it was like that song, my mind is telling me, yeah, or whatever that song is. Like, I was like, go do it. My body was like pulling me. And then I was like, no, I can't. And it was so stupid. Like, she would probably be my next ambassador. But when Kelsey ever said this to me, I was like, wow. She said, if you don't tell people about the products or about the business, you are literally disservicing them. You are disservicing every single person you talk to, you follow. You are disservicing every person in the world unless you tell them about the products or the business opportunity. And until you realize that you are disservicing them, you're never going to like reach the top of the company. But that really stuck with me. I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, that girl, I don't know what her debt is like, what her this is like, what her that is like. I literally disserviced her by not just giving her a business card and saying, reach out to me. So make sure like you are just, I don't even remember what I was answering, but make sure you're just talking to everyone about it and like being excited about it. And yeah, I forgot what I was answering.
You are so funny. Seriously, I could listen to you talk forever. You're so funny.
So shy.
But you know what's funny about that too is like, you know, when you go to conference and damn, I will blitz every single damn person I walk by because I'm so fired up from conference.
Uh-huh.
That is exactly how you should be every single time you leave your house when it comes to your business. Think the minute you walk out of your house, think that you just left conference. Like, fired up, your pants are on fire, you're running a hot mess, and you're just going to tell everyone about it because you just need everyone to know.
Mm-hmm. Like, why are we so scared to talk to people in person about something that has changed so many lives? Like, if you guys haven't seen Joel and Stephanie's Black Diamond video, it's like 5 minutes long. Just type in on YouTube, Stephanie Dunn Black Diamond, and like watching that, I'm like, I think about it. I'm like, that person I just walked by could be the next Stephanie Dunn that like is literally making millions like an hour. And right now she's complaining about rushing to work and blah, blah, blah. You guys get the point. But the products change people's lives and the business opportunity change people's lives. So if you don't share about it, why? Like, first of all, why are we scared to share about it? The worst people could say is no. And then you're like, yeah. And that's it.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. And I'm going to watch that. I have never seen that. And I think I'll put it on my team page. I saw someone you said you were stuck at Diamond for a while. What did you do to get your Oh, hold on. Someone just did another thing. What did you do to get your momentum back and push through your glass ceiling?
Steph Dunn Black Diamond. Sometimes I struggle to find it, so I'm going to put the link because there's like 5 of them, but this is the one I'm talking about. Okay. You want to know why I got out of Diamond and went double? Because I went to conference. Literally, like I can't stress events enough. I know we all say it. We don't all say it just to say it. It's so true. I was Diamond for a while. I went double the month of conference and I went triple 2 months later. And like back in the day, the old charts, that's a huge jump. Like double to triple was a whole nother Diamond. And like, yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So conference, green carpet, if you have freaking try-its like within an hour or two, go to them. They're fun. You get to hear other top leaders. I can tell you, I was a triple. Yeah, it was a triple. And Ashley Renaud reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm coming to Connecticut for a try-it. Do you want to talk? And I was like, oh, no way. Like, there's no way I could talk. And she forced me to get up there. And I tell her all the time, I thank her because I got up on stage at conference, like no problem because of her. But go to those because that person that's like sharing their success story is probably just like you. Was like, I was terrified to talk to people. I was like, I can't even believe I got up on stage. I think I maybe like teared up a little bit before, but I did it and now it's fine. So go to the events. You'll realize how real people are, how normal people are. Like Ashley Renaud's story, I talk about it all the time. And I swear to you, I like tear up every single time. This is probably the first time I haven't actually teared up. But when she said she was a full-time RN and what really was her breaking point was when she was watching her son's baseball game from the bathroom at work. Her son had to like FaceTime her while she was at work. And that was her breaking point. And she's like, I'm not doing this. Like, I have kids. I had kids to hang out with them, to grow with them. And I'm not going to do it from inside the bathroom at work. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, she was just a nurse. My mom's a nurse. Like, it makes you realize that you don't have to be anyone special. And it just really, really gets you fired up. There's always, I mean, guys, we're getting like new products, like 5 new products an hour with this company. Can you imagine what green carpet's going to be? Like, just think about it. So get yourself to events, because I promise you, if there's one thing I can tell you is going to be a game changer for your business, it's going to events and being with like-minded people. Like, literally walking into the lobby. I remember my first conference. Okay. My first conference, I was a diamond. I was in like the nosebleeds. And my second conference, I was in top 150 on stage. So that right there can just tell you how, like, I don't know, important events are. But walking into that lobby, and I'm like, oh my God, I felt like I couldn't move my face. I'm like, that's Tiffany Herr, guys. Tiffany Herr is in the building. Like, just being with like-minded people and being around everyone is just like so motivational. So get yourself to events.
It's so true. I remember my first conference and I was like starstruck. I was like, oh my God, these are my favorite people. I was just like freaking out, and I asked to take pictures with every single one of them. And it was like the best ever. And I've only been this year will be my third, but every time I come back from there, it's just such a different feeling, and you just believe in yourself so much more. So even if you can't go to conference for whatever reason, any event, whether it's like you going and doing an event, putting a booth into a market, going and doing like an ODA locally in your city, having people over for a wrap party, a sample party, a sip and sample, whatever you want to call it. All of these things will get you excited. They'll get you fired up, and reaching out to people. Don't be afraid to reach out to other people. Like, it was out of my comfort zone to ask top leaders to Zoom for my team, and here we are. And I'm so glad that I did it, because this gets me excited. Whenever I hear other people's stories and we're on Zooms like this, I get off and I just want to work until I can't work any longer. So definitely, I have to agree. I did see one thing I wanted to touch base on. Kate from Australia. She is asking, because they don't have as many products there, do you think it's possible to go double diamond, triple diamond in Oz? A lot of our top income earners in Australia have left and are now with another company. I love it. Works the products and the people. I'll let you answer that, because my red is like coming out my ears.
You know how bad, my team can vouch for this, how bad I want a distributor from Australia, because Australia is about to take the F over. And it's just that it needs that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 like people to be like, I'm doing this. Guys, when we open in a new country, that is like the most powerful thing ever. So this goes back to what we talked about before. Just because other people left, that has nothing to do with you or your success. Make it freaking happen, because that one person, like, oh my gosh, I can't even think about how bad I want someone from Australia, because you're about to take off. You got to get out of the mindset that anyone else leaving is dependent on your success. And you got to get in the mindset that we just opened in Australia, and there's a shit ton of people that don't know about our products, and they're waiting for you to tell them. So it kind of goes back to the disservicing thing. You want to make sure you're not telling people about it, because my friend, my best friend growing up, moved to Australia. She studied abroad and never came home. And she sent me a screenshot one time, and it was someone's front window. We had opened in Australia like 3 weeks prior to this, and someone had a huge It Works sticker on their front window. And Sarah, who knew nothing really about It Works, just that I did it, she was like, this person's about to become a millionaire. So guys, you just have to tell people about it, because I can guarantee like 1/10 of Australia knows what It Works is. You can be the first ambassador. I don't even know if there's ambassadors there yet, but you can be anything you want to be. It's up to you. Like, you don't have to be anyone special. You don't have to. That's a bad mindset. You got to change your mindset, because when you're on stage as the first, I think you said there's no ambassadors and none at all. It's freaking phenomenal. You're going to be the first ambassador in Australia because of this Zoom, because it doesn't matter about anyone else. Get out there, do parties. I can't even stress how fun parties are. I want you guys to realize that parties are called parties for a reason because they're fun. Don't overthink it. Don't make it a scary thing. Like, we did a launch party for someone on the team, and she did a Sunday brunch, and she had like, you know, the little Eggos, you could buy them with like 4, and she like bought Eggos, ripped them up, put little chicken on them, made chicken and waffles. We had a little brunch party, and it was a freaking blast. We had mimosas, and it was so fun. When you get people in front of your face, it's a lot harder for them to say no than if you're over a phone. So throw some wrap parties, get the word out there, and whew, I'm jealous. I wish I was in Australia. I think I'm going to come there for a few months just so I can tell everyone about it works.
Oh, I love it. And you know what? Don't worry about if you don't have as many products, because you have 20 other countries that you can get your loyal customers from. But definitely focus on recruit in your area. The products don't matter, because eventually new products are going to come out. Like Nicole said, we have like products coming out of our yin yang this year.
And all it takes is one person. Like, your freaking neighbor could be your next ambassador. It takes one person. You could go from freaking executive to diamond in 1 month with one person, like, fired up. So you got to tell people about being a distributor, and you'll just take off.
Totally. Oh my gosh, this has been so good already. I don't want it to end. Okay. I'm like, no. But okay, so we've been on it for 30 minutes. So what I was thinking now was, if this was your team, you know, we're at the 20th of the month. It's the 25th hasn't come yet, so our shipments haven't run. What would you tell your team right now if you were doing this Zoom? Like, what motivational things would you tell them? What would you tell them to, just like a pep talk, what would you tell them?
Well, first of all, Vanessa said you have coffee. Who cares about anything else? Accurate statement. What would I tell my team? Well, some tips, and this isn't really what you asked, but these are some tips that I've been noticing a lot lately. If you guys are on Instagram, we know that Instagram algorithm is a thing now. Like, when I first joined, it was like post 2 to 3 times a day because it was in chronological order. So if you post 5 minutes ago, someone who posts 6 minutes ago is going right under you. It doesn't work like that anymore. It's all about algorithm. So stories are still in chronological order. I can't stress this enough. And that's why my alarm went off before. I have an alarm going off every single hour, and I put something on my story every single hour, because it doesn't have to be it works like freaking pretty complicated story. Like, it can be your dog laying on the floor. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. But every time you post something, you're going to get bumped to the front. So if you wake up in the morning and you put like 10 stories on, and then you go to work all day, and then you put up like 5 at night, that all day you're getting bumped to the back every time someone else posts. You put something up there every hour, guys, sneak away to the bathroom. Like, if that's what you have to do, if you could pee, you could put something on your story. Put one thing. You can even cover your phone and put like a black screen. And people will be like, oh, she made a mistake. Well, guess what? You're at the front, and more people are going to see your story. So if you have to set alarms, do it until you train your brain. It takes 21 days to cause a habit and only 1 day to break it. So I have alarms that literally go off every single hour, and I put something on my story every single hour to get me to the front. This was my team. I was going to give you guys a pep talk. I just say, get your head out of your asses and just like get to work. Like, everyone, it's so simple to wake up every single morning and be like, I'm going to get 5 LCs today and 2 DTs, or I'm going to go diamond this month, or I'm going to go diamond by Christmas, or whatever it is. But I just said this to my team the other day, stop talking about it and be about it. Like, we all say, you know, affirmations, put stuff out there and it's going to happen. Put stuff out there and it's going to happen. If you guys haven't watched The Secret on Netflix, I suggest it a million times. Watch The Secret on Netflix. It's great. Watch it every week if you have to. I watch it all the time. Secret on Netflix. What I'm saying is going to make sense once you watch The Secret. But we always say, you know, put it out there. You want to be positive, put it out there, put it out there. Carrie Young made a video once, and she's like, okay, guys, we always talk about putting it out there and how good things are going to happen if you say good things and blah, blah, blah. She's like, well, guess the frig what? If I go sit in my closet and I close my closet door and I close my eyes and I'm like, my house is clean, my house is clean, my house is clean. And I open my eyes, guess what? My house isn't clean because I didn't do any action to make it clean. Like, you guys can't say I'm going to get 5 customers and do nothing. You can't say I'm going to go diamond and do nothing. Like, you guys have to still put the work in. So positivity mindset, yes, but put the work in. And when you get out of work, listen, guys, you guys heard how busy I was. When you get out of work and you just want to sit on the couch and like catch up on Grey's Anatomy, like, figure out what your goals are and figure out if knowing that Derek, like, I don't know, to Meredith or whatever, like, that's not as important as your goals. And if you really can't turn Grey's Anatomy off, freaking put it on, but put in work while you're doing it. Guys, what do we do all day? We talk to people on our phones. Like, it's really not that hard to catch up on Grey's Anatomy and do your work. So it's setting laziness over your goals over laziness. And that's when you're going to start finding success. So my biggest thing that I tell everyone to do, make your lock screen, make the background on your phone your goals. And every time you pick up your phone, you're going to look at that. And I don't care what your goals are. There you go. I don't care if your goals are to pay off your student loans, to give your mom more money to pay her mortgage, to redo your kitchen, to get hair extensions, to get your nails done, like whatever. It could be as selfish as you want it. It doesn't matter because they're your goals and they're no one else's. So you guys might hear like a ton of Zooms where they're like, oh, I worked so hard so that I could pay off all my credit cards and I could help my parents and blah, blah, blah. And that's all great. But if that's not your goals, that's not your goals. You don't have to make your goals tailored to someone else to make you sound like a better person. Like, if you want some damn $500 hair extensions, then put hair extensions. I have hair extensions right now and I'm watching Britt put hers in. If you want some damn hair extensions, then put it on your dream board. Like, it could be something as selfish as that, something like getting a new car for yourself. Don't make your dreams tailored to someone else's opinions. Like, they're your dreams. It doesn't matter what they are. So make that the background on your phone. When you pick up your phone at night and you're like lazy, it'll push you to work 5 more minutes. And wake up earlier if you're working or if you're in school. I used to wake up 10 minutes earlier than I needed to, get in some work from bed, and then I did it on my lunch breaks and I did it when I got home. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel like you don't want to do it. And then in a couple of months or a year, however long it takes you, if your goals are to go full time with this, you're going to be like, hell yeah, that being tired for a year was worth it. Like, it's all going to be worth it. You might not feel like it right now because you feel like, that's a problem with like our generation. We want that instant gratification. So like, you're working, and then you get a paycheck and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, this should be much higher. I want you guys to realize that what you're doing now is what's going to pay off in the future. Think about it. How long, can you guys put in the comments how long it took you to sign up? Like, how long you watched, or how long it took you after talking to someone to sign up? 2 months, 2 years, savage. 2 years, you're really helping my point here. I love it. 4 months, 3 days, savage. Over a year, 2 weeks, 2 days, 3 months, Amber, my girl. You guys get the point. You have to give yourself enough time to be successful that it took you to sign up. So think about it this way. It took you... Is everyone all right down there? Okay. I'm like, we don't even know what they're barking at. Good. Who said? Okay, 2 years. Nicole said 2 years. Okay, so think about this. Nicole is your next ambassador, but it took her 2 years to sign up, right? Imagine if Nicole gave up after 2 months, after even 1 year. Like, you can't give up because people are watching you. And Nicole is your next person right around the corner that's going to go ambassador, but she wanted to watch you for 2 dang years. So, like, you have to give yourself time and realize what you're doing now is going to pay off. Even if it takes 2 damn years, it's going to pay off. You just have to do it. You have to post. People are watching. And I don't know, you're all going to be ambassadors soon. So it's okay that your checks are a little low right now, because in a couple of months, what you're doing right now is going to pay off when green carpet comes. And that's when you're going to see the boom, because you're all going to go to the event or watch it live. So my point is, work hard now. It's all going to pay off. Give yourself some credit because you're all doing great. You're all on this Zoom, which is huge right there. I do Zooms all the time, and I'm like, what is it? Like, where is everyone? So the fact that you got on this, you guys are doing great.
Well, seriously, Nicole, thank you so much. Honestly, the Zoom was great. And I know there's a lot of people that are waiting for the record because they couldn't be on here, but we had a great turnout. So we appreciate your time. I love your story. I love everything you said tonight. And I'm glad that you said that you would do this for me. I really appreciate it.
Of course. I love doing it. I would like sit on Zooms all day if I could. I love it. Like, this is what I'm saying. I was like so scared to talk to people, which is crazy because I just never shut up. But like I was so scared to talk to people, and now like I can talk to anyone, and I love doing Zooms. So guys, if you're shy, it's okay. You're not gonna shut up like me. So.
Well, I will send you this recording for your team as well, and everyone else. You can find it if you're not on my team page. You can just private message me, and I'll send it to you. Everyone have a great night, and thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.